sun was just dipping low, painting Umuagu village in soft gold, when the sound of a powerful engine rolled through the dusty street. Heads turned. Children ran after the gleaming black Jeep as it slowed in front of Adaora's compound. The car door opened, and out stepped Emeka. He wore a sharp navy blue suit that hugged his tall frame, his shoes shining so bright they reflected the sky. His hair was neatly trimmed, his beard lined with precision, and on his wrist glittered a watch that could buy a farmer's whole harvest. Adaora's mother was the first to react. She let out a high-pitched cry of joy and began dancing around the car, clapping her hands. Jehovah! Chineke, see my son! Emeka, you've arrived! Oh! She circled him twice, as if blessing the car with her excitement. Her father was calmer, but no less impressed. He stepped forward with a wide smile, embracing Emeka warmly. Nwam, my son, welcome. This is how a man should return home. You've made us proud. May your wealth never run dry. Neighbors passing by stopped to watch, whispering to themselves. Just months ago, this same Emeka had been called poor, a dreamer with nothing to offer. Now, he was being embraced like royalty. But Adaora stood apart near the mango tree, her hands clasped together, her face unreadable. Her heart was torn pride at seeing him shine, but unease gnawing at her soul. She watched as her parents almost tripped over themselves to please him, and guilt burned in her chest. Later, when the noise died down and her parents went inside, she and Emeka sat outside on the wooden bench under the stars. The night was quiet except for the chirping of crickets. For a moment, it felt like old times, just the two of them. Adaora broke the silence first. Her voice trembled slightly. Emeka, where did all this money come from? All of a sudden, you've made it so big, I hope you haven't done something bad. I hope this is not ritual money. She leaned closer, her eyes searching his. Please, my love, I don't want blood money. I don't want wealth that will destroy us. I want a money that comes from a clean source. Tell me the truth, Emeka. For a moment, Emeka just stared at her, then burst into laughter. His rich, deep chuckle filled the air. He leaned back, shaking his head. Adaora, relax, he said, a teasing smile playing on his lips. Your guy doesn't do ritual. No shrine, no blood, nothing dirty. His money is clean. Your boy just made it simple as that. He reached out and touched her hand gently, his eyes softening. You worried too much. Trust me, everything I'm building is for us. No darkness, no secrets. Adaora's heart was torn again, should she believe him? Or was there more to the story than his easy laughter could cover? Not long after Emeka's success became the talk of Umuagu, Kingsley reappeared, this time not as the playful friend who once dragged him to the shrine, but with a sly smile and a dangerous secret. One humid evening, he walked into Emeka's office, hands in his pockets, leaned casually on the desk. My brother, Kingsley began, his voice low. This your money, sweeto. But you know, say, Nami carry you go shrine that night. If no be me, you for still they suffer. Emeka frowned. Kingsley A-bag, don't start.
But Kingsley leaned closer, his tone sharpening. See, if you don't settle me every month, I fit tell people say ni ritual money you to use. Abby, you want to make your Adaora and her family hear that? You think the villagers won't believe me? Emeka's heart sank. Kingsley was bluffing, but the danger was real. In a village where whispers carried faster than the wind, one rumor could stain everything he had built. How much do you want? Emeka asked quietly. Kingsley's eyes glittered. Just small thing. 500,000 naira every month. If you don't, I go open mouth for everybody. After a long pause, Emeka sighed. Fine. If that's what it takes to keep peace, I'll give you. And so it began. Month after month, Kingsley collected the money. But instead of using it wisely to start a trade, buy land, or build something sustainable, he drowned himself in foolishness. He married wife after wife, flaunting his new wealth with loud parties that shook the village at night. People began calling him Odogwun Woke, great man, but not out of respect, rather, out of mockery for his showiness. When the local palace fell into disrepair, Kingsley, in his arrogance, told the king himself, "Your Highness, demolish this old palace. I will build you a new one with my money." The villagers gasped at his boldness. True to his word, he ordered the palace torn down. But instead of starting the construction immediately, Kingsley delayed spending his monthly cut from Emeka on more wives, imported drinks, and grand parties. The king, embarrassed, was forced to move into a small rented house, waiting for Kingsley's new palace that never seemed to appear. Meanwhile, whispers started spreading. Where does Kingsley get all this money from? He doesn't work, yet he spends like a prince. And Emeka, watching silently, felt the weight of regret. Each time he handed Kingsley that envelope of cash, he knew he was feeding a fire that might one day burn them both. One hot afternoon, Emeka drove to Kingsley's compound. The noise of drums and laughter floated from inside. Another wild party was underway. Emeka pushed past drunken guests and found Kingsley lounging in the veranda with two of his new wives fanning him. "Kingsley, we need to talk," Emeka said firmly. Kingsley waved his wives away and smirked. "My rich brother, welcome. Sit down, drink something. You came to celebrate with me, eh?" But Emeka's face was serious. He leaned forward. "Kingsley, listen to me. This money I give you every month, use it well. Start a business, buy land, invest in something. Stop wasting it on women and drinks. You're attracting too much attention." For a moment, silence. Then Kingsley's smile vanished. He slammed his palm on the table, startling Emeka. "So you came to lecture me in my own house?" Kingsley barked, rising to his feet. His voice rose, drawing curious stares from the party outside. "Who are you to tell me how to spend my money? Without me, you wouldn't even have this, your so-called success." Emeka stood, trying to calm him. "Kingsley, don't twist this. I'm only warning you. If people begin to suspect where your wealth comes from, it could drag me into trouble too." Kingsley's eyes narrowed dangerously. He stepped close until their faces were inches apart. "Emeka, from today, you don't just give me 500,000 naira. You'll be paying me 1 million every month. If not, I swear I will kill you. Or better still, I will tell the whole village that you used ritual to make money, and you know they will believe me." Emeka froze, anger and fear wrestling in his chest. "You're crossing the line, Kingsley." But Kingsley only sneered and pointed to the door. "Get out of my house, and think well about what I said. Next month, I expect 1 million. Humiliated and boiling with rage, Emeka left without another word. But the threat echoed in his mind all night. Kingsley was reckless, unpredictable, and dangerous. So against his will, Emeka gave in. When the next month came, he handed Kingsley a fat brown envelope with 1 million naira inside. It became the new routine. Month after month, Kingsley's greed grew, and Emeka's burden deepened. But deep inside, Emeka knew this could not last forever. One day, Kingsley's hunger would swallow them both. At first, Adaora only noticed little things. Emeka rushing home at odd hours, always glancing at the clock during their dates. "My love," she asked one evening, as they sat on the veranda, the night breeze blowing softly. "Why are you always running home by 12? And sometimes by 2, you rush to go and bathe. What is happening? You are behaving strange to me. Tell me, what is the problem?" But Emeka forced a smile, holding her hand gently. "Nothing, my dear, just business stress. You won't understand." Yet Adaora wasn't convinced. She saw the shadows in his eyes, the sweat that broke on his forehead whenever she pressed further. What she did not know was that Emeka was drowning in the strange rules of the shrine, leaking salt at midnight, drinking oil, bathing twice at odd hours, avoiding certain people, always being the last to bathe at night. The rituals had caged him, and the blackmail from Kingsley only tightened the chains. One night, exhausted and broken, Emeka sat in his room, staring at the ceiling fan. He had made up his mind. Enough was enough. He picked up a pen and wrote a letter to Adora. His tears stained the paper as he confessed everything, the rituals, the rules, the fear of madness if he stopped, the torment of living a lie. My love, forgive me. I cannot bear this anymore. By the time you read this, I may already be gone. He folded the letter, sent it to her through a boy in the compound, and dragged a chair beneath the fan. When Adora read the letter, her scream tore through the night. She ran barefoot, her wrapper loose, until she burst into Emeka's compound. She pounded on his locked door, tears streaming down her face. Emeka, my love, please don't do this. I still love you. Don't end your life. There is a solution. We will find it together. Inside, rope in his hands, Emeka's voice shook. Adora, if I stop these things, I will run mad. Instead of madness, let me end it all now. But Adora's cries grew louder. No, I would rather live with you poor and sane than rich and dead. Please, Emeka, open the door. For a long moment, silence. Then slowly the lock turned. The door creaked open. There he was, eyes red, body trembling. And there she was, broken but determined. Adora threw herself into his arms, sobbing. Emeka's chest heaved as he finally let the tears fall. They hugged tightly, the kind of hug that carried both pain and promise. For the first time in years, Emeka felt maybe there was still a way out. Maybe love was stronger than fear. That night after the near suicide, Emeka sat with Adora under the mango tree in her father's compound. For the first time, he poured everything out, the midnight rituals, the salt, the oil, the baths, the fear of madness if he stopped, and the Baba who gave them the rules without ever asking for money. Adora listened in silence, tears in her eyes, then held his hand. My love, then let's go and find this Baba. If he is truly the one who gave you these rules, let him free you from this bondage. The very next morning, they began their search. But when they got to the old shrine, it was abandoned. The raffia palms still stood tall, but the fire pit was cold, weeds creeping around the mud walls. Nobody lived there anymore. Emeka's heart sank. Adaora, what if I never find him again? What if I'm stuck like this forever? But Adaora, firm as always, wiped his tears. No, we will find him, even if we have to search the whole country. After hours of asking around, an old villager finally spoke up. Ah, that Baba? He left here years ago. He now lives in Oka. I even hear he built a big house there. Hope sparked in Emeka's chest. Without wasting time, they drove to Oka. And there, at the edge of town, they sought a fine compound with painted walls and carved wooden gates. A far cry from the dusty shrine, Emeka remembered. When they knocked, the gatekeeper ushered them in. Soon the Baba himself came out, dressed in a simple white wrapper, his beard now gray but his eyes still sharp. He squinted, then broke into a chuckle. Emeka, I know you. You and that your brother came to me the other day, desperate for wealth. Look at you now wearing fine clothes, driving a jeep. So what brings you here again? Emeka fell to his knees. Baba, please, free me from this pain. I am tired of these rules. I can't keep leaking salt, drinking oil, bathing at night. I can't even face the woman I love. Baba, I beg you. For a moment, the Baba just looked at him. Then he threw his head back and laughed. My son, you misunderstood everything. I never gave you ritual money. I am not that kind of man. I am just a herbalist. I give medicine to heal people. But when I saw how desperate you were that day, I feared you might fall into the hands of true ritualists who would destroy your life. So I gave you those rules, harmless things to keep you busy, to slow you down, to protect you from evil. Emeka's eyes widened. What? Baba, you mean all this time, the money I have, one, is yours, your own hard work, your own destiny. The gold the miner gave you, the contracts, the estates, all of it is your blessing, not Emeka's eyes widened. What? Baba, you mean all this time? The money I have, one, is yours. Your own hard work. Your own destiny. The gold the miner gave you. The contracts, the estates, all of it is your blessing, not mine. No ritual is attached to your wealth. God gave it to you. I only misled your desperation, so you would not be deceived by worse men. Emeka trembled, tears streaming down his face. Baba, for real? You mean I am free? I don't have to live by those rules? Yes, my son, you are free. Go home. Live your life normally. Forget the salt, forget the oil, forget the bathing at midnight. You never needed it. You were blessed already. Adora's hands flew to her mouth, relief flooding her heart. She grabbed Emeka's hand, smiling through tears. You see? I told you, my love. God has always been with you. For the first time in years, Emeka felt the heavy chains lift. His laughter, loud and free, echoed in the Baba's compound. He hugged Adora tightly, whispering, At last, I am free. For months, Kingsley kept coming to Emeka's mansion, pounding on the gates. Open this gate. Tell Emeka to come out. He must give me my share. But the gateman, firm and loyal, would only shake his head. Oga say, make I no open for you. Inside, Emeka would sit calmly with Adora, refusing to even look outside. He had freed himself from fear, and Kingsley's threats no longer held any power. Weeks turned into months. Kingsley, who once flaunted wives, cars, and titles, now lived in disgrace. His wives, tired of hunger and empty promises, began leaving him one by one. His money finished, his friends abandoned him, and the palace he had demolished for glory still lay in ruins. Then one day the king's guards stormed his hideout. They dragged him before the king, who sat in fury. Kingsley, the king thundered, you demolished my palace and promised to build me another. Yet you left me to live in a borrowed house? You are a disgrace. I will have you thrown in jail. Kingsley fell on his knees, trembling. My king, please, it is not my fault. Emeka refused to give me money. He made ritual money. I was helping him cover it up. That is why I demanded a share. Please summon him. Here he must confess. The king narrowed his eyes. Very well. Guards, fetch Emeka. When Emeka arrived, he came not alone, but hand in hand with Adora, his fiancée. They walked in with calm dignity, while Kingsley, ragged and broken, pointed at him with desperate rage. Your Majesty, this is the man. He did ritual money. Watch, soon it will be 12. He cannot speak to any woman. He must lick salt. You will see. All eyes turned to the great palace clock. The hands inched closer to 12. Kingsley's voice shook with false confidence. Just watch. He will run. But as the bell struck 12, Emeka stood tall, still holding Adora's hand. He even turned to her, smiled, and whispered, I love you. The court gasped. Kingsley's mouth fell open. His last weapon fear had failed him. Emeka lifted his voice, clear and strong. My king, my people, hear me today. I never did ritual money. God blessed me with opportunities, a miner from Jos, government contracts, business success. This man has been living off my generosity, blackmailing me with lies. But today I am free. The king slammed his staff on the ground. Kingsley, you have deceived us, shamed us, and wasted the wealth you extorted. You are not fit to live among us. Kingsley shook, begging. Please do not jail me, my king. Have mercy. But before the king could answer, Emeka stepped forward, calm but firm. My king, do not jail him. Let him not rot behind bars. Instead, banish him from this land. Let him wander and learn humility. The king considered, then nodded. So it shall be. The guards dragged Kingsley away, his cries echoing through the courtyard. Months later, the village bells rang for joy. Emeka and Adora were wedded in a grand celebration. Their union was a testimony that true love and patience survive every storm, that blessings come from God, not rituals. Years passed, and their home was filled with laughter. 4 children, 2 strong boys and 2 beautiful girls grew under their roof. And Emeka never forgot the lesson. Desperation almost ruined him, but faith and truth restored him, and so they lived happily ever after.
If you enjoyed this video, don't just stop here. Hit that notification bell so you never miss any of our new uploads. Thank you so much for watching. Your love and your support means the world to me. I truly appreciate every single one of you. Stay tuned, more exciting videos are coming your way. Much love always.